Are you ready for the finale of Jak 2?
No.
Would there be anything that could make you ready for the finale?
No. Oh man, we're starting in combat.
Oh, fuck.
Oh fuck. City's being overrun?
Yeah, the city's being overrun. Did you miss, like, the last stream where that happened?
You have to remember, I had very low sodium, so I was passing out for half of it.
Thankfully, there's a hover bike I can steal. Okay, yeah,
Oh,
so
right,
what
that
you
one guy
missed...
who ended up... No, I didn't miss anything. I remember now. The guys that I was like, that guy's probably evil, ended up being evil.
Do you remember that his face was missing?
Yeah, but I wouldn't put it past it to just be like maybe he got some gunk on it. I didn't realize it was supposed to be a visual glitch. On top of the fact that I was, again, in the process of passing out. You got really miffed that I didn't call it out.
Fair enough. I mean, it's like one of the things where I was like, if we're doing this the remaster, not like finding the new HD remake native port by like people who did the previous one, you know, like I want you to see then I want you to appreciate the the amazingly bad visual errors.
To be fair, that's kind of the only one that's really been called attention to.
Fair enough. So
If
this
there
is
were...
it, the finale. My HP,
Hell yeah.
like, can I like check my HP?
I'm
Oh,
sure
there
you'll
he is.
figure it out.
What?
Oh, you're not good.
Yeah, I'll just die immediately.
Yeah,
I
if there
hate
were
that when like the
visual...
health bar vanishes, you know?
Yeah, no, it should do what Mario 64 does, where it doesn't vanish unless it's full.
Yeah. I agree.
I mean, a lot of games do that, but Mario 64 was just the first one that came to mind.
I mean, yeah, a lot of games do it, but like Mario 64 is like a good example. So we are in the finale. This entire episode is all about this one mission.
Yeah.
It's a lengthy one, so will probably take longer than an hour, but you know, it could always take less time. I don't know. I'm not a genius. I could be blatantly wrong, and somebody's in the comments ready to go, no, the video is only 25 minutes long.
Yeah, and those people are idiots.
Well, if the video is only 25 minutes long, I'll just find something else to play for like for the rest of the hour.
I mean, I wouldn't mind like, you know, we could have play something in the episode.
You sound really tired. Are you tired again?
A different kind of tired.
Ugh.
Not the kind where I'm gonna pass out. I am fully attentive. Man, that thing just took an entire clip to the face.
Oh, you want to know, speaking of remasters and remakes, since this is the HD remaster, you want to know what game got a goddamn fucking remaster?
What?
Again?
Oh yeah, Last of Us.
The Last of Us Part 1 and 2 remastered collection.
Yeah. No surprise, don't forget that a former Sony exec stated that they spent so much money on games like Last of Us and other movie games that that they have to pump out remasters or else they're not going to make a profit.
The thing about like The Last of Us is that it's a niche title. Always has been. Like,
Yeah, it was a breakout success. Like it was an anomaly, and then they put all their eggs in that basket to the detriment of everything else. That is why we have not gotten a Bloodborne remaster. You know, a game that actually does deserve to be remastered.
Like, one of the
'Cause
other issues with it is the fact that it's like part of the issue with The Last of Us is that they also not only put all their eggs into that basket, it's the fact that they wanted to make a live service game for it for like years, and they were working on it for years, and then it's
and
like,
then the live service bubble popped.
well, not only did the live service bubble pop, but I am lost. I'm sorry. Not only did the live service bubble pop, but like Naughty Dog didn't even want to make it anyway because they're like, we don't want to spend the rest of our years working on a live service game.
Yeah.
That's like what all those live service games require. They require you to work on them for a year.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Kill that thing?
I am excited for the new FromSoft game.
Dustbloods?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just give that guy space. Clear doesn't want to fight me.
Yeah. Don't poke the bear.
Well, if he's not gonna do anything rather than just cover there, I'm just like gonna have to kill everything.
I guess.
Okay. To be fair, this is very difficult.
Are we under leveled?
No, this game doesn't have levels. It's just difficult.
No, I was making a joke.
Oh. Huh. Funny. But yeah, Jak 2 is one of those games where it's like, it's notoriously difficult, famously, but it's like, the fame of its difficulty is a little over exaggerated. It's just incredibly punishing.
Yeah.
If I just leave that guy alone, he does nothing.
So, recently, I've gotten back into the opposite of a... I mean, it's like... I've become really obsessed with how shitty Wish is. You know, the Disney movie to celebrate 100 years of Disney.
It's not a Disney movie. Oh no, the other one. Okay.
Yeah, what were you thinking of?
I was thinking about Luck.
Oh god, that one's also real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Wish, the one to celebrate 100 years of Disney, is just so fucking bad.
Okay, yeah.
And
So it turns out they actually did use AI in writing the script.
Absolutely. I mean, it was obvious, but, you know, it's nice to have it actually confirmed.
Yeah. I mean, I hate that we have to confirm it, which is the part that hurts.
I mean, part of what made that obvious was that the cast didn't even know what the fuck the movie was going to be about, because during the interviews leading up to the movie, they constantly contradicted themselves with what the movie was going to be, what the characters were going to be. And the worst part is the moral is bad. Like, pretty much every... The really weird thing is that it's moral about wish. There have been Disney movies about wishes that did it right. Brave, you know, it was be careful what you wish for. And
Pinocchio.
And Princess and the Frog, like, its moral was you shouldn't, you can't
wish away hard work.
Yeah, you can't wish away hard work.
On that note, you want to know what the thing about like Princess and the Frog is? It's written and directed by humans, not a computer.
Exactly. Same with Brave.
Two humans, by the way, who put in the effort and got completely screwed by Disney, and still absolutely are proud of the work they put in.
Yeah. Princess and the Frog is such a good movie.
Treasure Planet's a good movie. Ron Clements.
That is also one.
It's same directors. Ron Clements and John Musker deserve all the credit.
Yeah.
We're 11 minutes in, and we're at the final battle.
Brought the precursor stone.
Oh no, it's totally not Jack as a child.
Not this time.
Oh, but this child is such a part of this. Such a part of you.
Such a part of you.
I knew it. Oh no, what a twist! Who could have called it?
But how? You were hidden in the past on the hope that you would gain the skills to face me today. But Onin was wrong. Now that you've been altered with Dark Eco, the stone will never open for you. Your younger self, however, still has the pure gift. He alone can awaken the stone and the precursor entity which sleeps inside.
This stone is a precursor?
The last precursor egg. Ma was
So precursors hatch from eggs.
Well through time,
Yeah.
his last egg
I guess.
from me and building the shield and city to defend it. It has been a long
Doesn't Daxter get a girlfriend that's a
day. I
precursor?
will finally feed on the last
No, he gets a
precursor
girlfriend that's an
life
optional.
force.
I think you're
Yeah.
forgetting one little thing, Metalomaniac. We've got the precursor stone.
Not for long.
Hopefully it's not going to be as bad as the Beyond Good and Evil final boss.
No, this one's actually kind of simple. Die. You know, because of the time travel, we already know that you lose. What? You see, because the only way I could show up in the past is that I defeat you here. So obviously I must defeat you.
Well, no, it's multiverse, okay? Oh my god, he's laying eggs. But yeah, there are many movies that tackle, like, because any other movie, there was a fantastic analysis that broke down many different reasons why Wish is bad, and one of the main ones is that the place that they live in would like in any other Disney movie, it would be a cautionary tale, and the whole movie would be a cautionary tale about basically its moral would be you can't just wish. Wishing isn't enough, you have to work towards it, because you know that in that
really
because
fucked
AI
up context.
Yeah, because the AI wrote it, it didn't understand story or nuance or, you know, morals, or it didn't understand anything that a human would be able to do.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do an ammo run.
And So, what you get is a townsfolk full of, or you get a city full of the biggest assholes, the most selfish assholes, and the movie treats them like they're right. Like, no matter how you watch the movie, Magnifico is not wrong at any point in the movie. Every action he takes is understandable.
His motivation makes sense. His character makes sense. Even his turn to darkness makes sense. His wife doesn't make sense either because she goes, "That isn't the man I fell in love with," despite the fact that nothing has changed.
But yeah, no, his home was destroyed, and he learned magic to.
There we go. Ammo restock.
Yeah, his home was destroyed by raiders, and he learned magic to make sure something like that never happens again, and to make sure everyone can be happy, you know. But also, being a powerful sorcerer, he understands how... He understands that wishes most often go wrong in some way, usually in an ironic way. So that's why he picks and chooses wishes that, you know, have a small, like, not only less of a chance of backfiring, but also he grants them in a way that limits potential backfires.
God damn it. I hate this game, how it does this thing where enemies will attack you from out of the corner of your eye.
Yeah.
It's like the thing this game does super frequently.
Yeah.
I'm good at this game, I swear. This boss fight is just a little ass because, like, there's so many just little mooks.
Yeah. But yeah, Magnifico is not on the same level as, like, Scar or Jafar or Ursula. Hell, his song doesn't even have... His song isn't even a villain song. It's way too upbeat. It doesn't have the bassy drums that the villains have. He's not a villain. He's a tragic figure, a fallen hero.
God damn it. I'm not doing anything wrong. I really feel that Jean-Luc Picard quote right now. You can do nothing wrong and still get fucked up.
Yeah. Jean-Luc Picard is my favorite of the...
See, like these enemies, they attack just way too fast.
You know what this game really needed?
Come on, seriously. That enemy is just way too hard to hit.
This game really needs, like, a parry system.
Just make it full on Metroid Dread.
Honestly, that would not be bad. A parry system in a game like this... I wasn't thinking about Metroid Dread, but the thing about Metroid Dread is that when you parry them and kill them while they're stunned, they drop a shit ton of, you know, ammo and health. So it incentivizes you to try and get a parry instead of just running guns blazing, you know?
I get you. Here's what I'm gonna do. There we go. Phase 3.
Yay. God. Fighting this only makes me remember just how bad Metroid Prime's final boss was. The Metroid Prime final boss just drags on way too long.
Oh god, I hate this energy beam thing he does because it's like hard to dodge.
Yeah.
Well, there was ridiculously easy, but you get my point.
Yeah. I believe in you.
Yeah, this is the part of the boss fight that's like really easy. It's where he's like a hovering sentry tank that's kind of hard. Because he just spawns like endless little mooks.
Yeah. He's a mook boss.
He just spawns ads. There we go.
Yeah. Now into the pit with you. Oh, that was it?
That's it?
I thought he was going to like a cocoon.
It is finished. Our ancient enemy is no more. Take hope, brave.
That's not a precursor.
Yeah, that is.
Is now balanced by a glorious light. We will meet again.
Gotta just take the kid and yeet him into the past.
Let's go home, everyone.
But we are home.
Kira, I'm afraid your Rift Rider must be used to send young Jack here to a place where he will grow up, safe from harm.
We must close the
He
loop.
must become old enough to complete
Yeah.
the destiny he has fulfilled today. Wait a minute. It's you. I mean, it's me. I have to take him back and watch over him, don't I? Ah, grub roots. Talk about being in the wrong time at the right place.
Hey kid, you take care. Oh, and trust me on this. Stay away from anyone.
What would you do if like you went back in time and told and like helped yourself or something?
It's perfect, Kira. This is the
And like
very
you said to
machine
yourself,
without
you have to do
or
this in order to
later.
complete the circle.
I just
Would
I would
you?
punch
the
myself.
first one I mean. It's based on what I remember from before.
Honey, the more you think about it, the
I would
more it
punch
tends to
myself.
I'll
Dang.
take good care of the child.
What was that episode of South Park in which like
I'll be back in time for the celebration.
one of the characters goes back in time to talk to themselves, and this is the punchline is they turn fat and slotty because they don't believe themselves.
I do remember.
Yeah, no, that was okay, that was the drug episode. So basically that was the episode where everyone
Captain Britter.
like there's a company that hires lookalikes of your kids to act like future versions of them to scare them into not doing drugs. And then in the end, someone claims to be Cartman, like, or Cartman learns a lesson after they topple the company that's doing that. Cartman learns his lesson. Like, I'm gonna be less of an asshole.
Oh,
And
get the
then,
naughty apple.
Happiest joint in town. Check
Huh?
out the new decor.
Daxter took over the bar.
Trophy.
oh
As if
nice.
size matters.
You can see
I
his
bagged that bad
portrait
boy
in the
myself,
background.
baby.
Onan says she doesn't know
Yeah.
who has a bigger head, him or you.
We must not forget Vin and all the
Oh, yeah,
others
Vin's
who
dad.
sacrificed their lives to defeat
I
this evil.
don't know who Vin is.
He's the guy who was like, "Oh no, the bombs! I set off the bombs early, so now you have to drop them off in like 2 minutes."
Grows up to be a
Oh,
handsome hero.
the scientist dude?
That's
Yeah.
enough for you, lady. I'm cutting you off.
Trust me, she gets real mean when she's like this.
What'd she say?
Something about rubber tubing and certain parts of your mother. You don't want to know.
Ah! A metalhead!
Sig!
Ah,
I knew that.
no, he's dead. Trust me.
You cherries didn't think some nasty.
No, he
giant
comes
sized
back.
lizard
Okay,
was gonna
so what
beat
was that
the
thing you were
biggest
saying?
party in town, did you?
Oh, right. So, after they, caused a company that pretends to be future people, get that closed down, Cartman learns his lesson, and then some guy, is like,
I'm just
um,
be back home.
it's like, remember that lesson, Cartman, because I'm the actual you from the future. I studied and worked hard, created actual time travel, just to let you know that this is the point your life takes a turn for the better. Finally.
buddy. You
Experiment like, ha, fuck you. I'm gonna make every bad choice out of spite
You're the
and
designated
leaves.
driver.
The dude just like
I am done with this.
reality shifts and the dude becomes a plumber.
Before something happens.
Just stand there,
Right,
confused.
Samos? You never know what the future may hold.
Oh yeah, the future may hold a third game.
Don't you, feather breath?
Who, me? No, we're just guessing, right? Hey, tomorrow, only time.
Yeah, so this is the finale. We're in under
Yeah, I know.
26
I
minutes.
know. Yeah. Which gives me plenty of time to go back to playing Minecraft.
No, we're immediately going on to the third game just to fill time.
Heck, my boy.
If we do the third game, we're gonna be doing the third game.
Oh, this game is dedicated to Morgan.
I don't know who Morgan is.
It's the Naughty Dog.
Oh, it is the Naughty Dog?
Yep, Morgan was Andy Gavin's dog. The Naughty Dog the company is named for.
Aw.
Yep. So how do you want to kill like an extra 30 minutes minimum?
I don't know.
I've got some options. Let me dig through a list. Give me a second.
I mean, we can do... we can do Jack 3
We could
if you
do
want to dedicate the next Let's Play of being Jack 3.
No, I'm thinking like a mini one-off here.
I mean, there's the PlayStation Fighters that has Jack in it,
Yeah,
right?
PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale. We could do the Jack storyline.
Oh,
You
yeah,
really
go.
want to do that? You said never again last time.
Yeah, probably don't do that. I don't know. Are there any? There's no side missions or anything.
No,
There's
no side missions.
No more
nothing.
content.
Well, that's it. Pecker is voiced by Chris Cox. Oh, poor man. Chris
Yeah, no,
Cox and he voices a character named Pecker. Oof. William
Anyhow,
Minkin is crew.
I think we should. I think we should just call it for the night.
No, I want to do something. You know, I came out here, I put in my thing. You're gonna get like 2 hours of Sonic content tomorrow. I want to get my money's worth.
Goose and Eisenberg. Clown suit.
Adam Clownsuit Root. Odie Odell, Pretty Boy. The Wanderer.
I want to know what happened to get someone the nickname Hot Tub. Because you know those are not like cool nicknames. Those are nicknames after embarrassing moments.
I want to know how somebody got the nickname Gotta Pulse. How does that happen?
Probably... My guess is they probably passed out, but was fine in the end, and
You know, we could always do like the first chunk of Jack 1 again, just to kill time and keep talking.
oh yeah, complete the loop, follow young Jack.
Yeah, just a little bit, just a little side story.
Go for it. I do not remember what non-Otzel Daxter looks like.
Oh, you sweet summer child.
Let's go for it.
Okay.
I think he had buck teeth.
Oh. There we go. Let's just speed up through that. I pressed a button and it's over. I missed the good old days. Alright.
Yeah. Oh my god, speaking of, you know how long the credits for Assassin's Creed Shadows are?
How long?
You're not going to believe me. But you have to remember, this is Ubisoft. 2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours of credits.
Let's see if I can just quit from here. No.
You have to actually restart.
Yeah, gotta restart. We'll be back in a second, people.
Start on this screen.
We're here. Yeah, we're starting.
Yay. Yay. Oh, I was gonna say, Jack has such a baby face
He does.
compared to Jack 2.
He does have a baby face.
So yeah, Assassin's Creed Shadows does indeed have 2-hour-long credits.
That's insane.
Yeah.
How?
I have not... It's Ubisoft.
I mean, the games that have like 2-hour-long credits are the ones that are usually kickstarted, right?
I mean, no.
Because I'm thinking about...
Kickstarter credits tend to be, like, not overly long.
I mean, they're usually long. I mean, I guess it's something. They're kind of lengthy. But like, I can't imagine like, I can't imagine a game having 2-hour-long credits. Why are they long? Is it they scroll slowly or?
Answers that my father and my father's fathers failed to find.
How? I can't figure this out. My brain isn't wrapping around it.
Monoliths that litter our planet.
How many people worked on this game?
The life energy of the world. What was their purpose?
I
and
do
why
not
did
fucking
they
know.
vanish? I have asked the plants, but they
Is
do
it
not
like the
remember.
Dutch version where like they rename everybody a Dutch name and it's like they have 5 names each or something? I don't know. How?
My body tells me
I
that
don't
the
know.
answers rest on the shoulders of a young boy, oblivious to his destiny.
Oh, there he is.
Interested in the search for truth and rejecting of my guidance. And why would he want to listen to old Samus the Sage anyway? I'm only the master of Green Eco. One of
Oh,
the
weird,
wisest men on the planet.
Box
texture
split
glitch
too.
on Daxter's teeth.
So it seems the answer begins not with careful research or sensible thinking. Nay.
Yeah, it's not
Many
uncommon
of fate's mysteries
for games like this. Ratchet and Clank has it worse actually.
of disobedience.
Hey, Jack.
Like
Old
Ratchet
Beans
and Clank
told us not
Deadlock,
to come here.
the 4th game
Hold
is
on,
like
hold
so
on.
bad for it.
It's so weird seeing or hearing Daxter's voice come from that model.
So what do you know about the precursors?
I know what they are.
Okay, what are they?
I know that you were spoiled by someone be like, oh, do you want a spoiler without context about the precursors? And then just fucking spoiled it.
No, I actually think I was surprised when I played Jack 3. I don't remember that story.
I'm pretty
What are
sure.
we doing here
Maybe
anyway,
fuck, who
Jack?
did that?
This place gives me the creeps.
No, I'm pretty sure it was you, because you're the only one. Anytime I mention, like, spoiler without spoiling, you're like, oh, man,
stupid
someone
precursor
spoiled the
junk.
big twist of Jack 3 for me by doing
What
that.
is that dark ooze? It sure don't look friendly.
You know?
No, that story does not ring a bell.
The sage
Oh,
yaps
who was
on
it
about
then?
the precursors that built this place all the time. Where did they go?
Where
Why
did they
did
leave all
build
their
this
junk
crap?
behind?
Now I like precursor orbs and power cells as much as the next guy. But if you ask me, they must have been real losers. Wow! How did you do that? I think we're in trouble!
Go on, Jack, you got this. You do not got this. Never mind, I'm sorry.
Oh no, he's dead.
He's adorable.
Man, that stung! I told you we shouldn't have come here!
Okay,
You
so
listened.
quick question. If you were to transform into an Otso, would you want it to be fast or would you want it to be like a slow transformation?
Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine.
I guess it's just a question about like transformation in media. Do you prefer like slow transformations or like very sudden transformations?
What in green tarnation do you two want?
I'd have to say, like,
Don't tell
the
me.
process
Instead
itself,
of heeding my wisdom, the two of
you know,
went
like
mucking
American
around
Werewolf in
the only place
London,
that I told you not to go.
I've never actually seen that movie.
And
You have?
Dexter,
No.
you finally took a
It's not
much-needed
bad.
bath, but in a bathtub filled with dark.
You know, it's funny. He's not. In hindsight, he's not surprised because he knew this would happen.
I'm gonna keep yapping because, in my professional
Yeah.
opinion, the change is an improvement. And besides, I couldn't help you if I wanted to. What? There's only one person who has studied Dark Eco long enough to have a chance at returning you to your previous form. Carl Acheron, the
In
sage.
hindsight, this kind of makes him a bit of an asshole because now he knows that Daxter never turns back human, so he's dangling that hook in front of him as a big bad liar.
But I can't do that either.
to be fair,
None of the three sages
he's
that
had to
maintain
suffer
the other
Daxter for as
teleporter
long
gates
as
have seen
Daxter's
fit
been
to turn their
alive.
ends on for quite a while.
He's probably been
The
eagerly
only
waiting
other way
for it.
north is by foot through the Fire Canyon.
When
But
he
its
becomes an
volcanic soil
Otso,
is hotter
then
than the
then the adventure begins, and I can finally be happy.
Over it. If you had a zoomer equipped with a heat
So
shield,
here's the
I just
weird
happened
thing.
to be working on such a thing
Kira's
at
like
the very
16.
moment.
Jack is like 17. How can Samos have a daughter
Isn't that right,
when
Daddy?
Jack was like
Kira,
6 or
that's my
8
boy.
as a child
But
when
we're
they
a
went back in
boy
time
and a
together?
half, going to get 20 power cells.
Is she adopted?
Villagers, most of them have a power cell or two stashed away somewhere.
Maybe.
And even if they
She-
aren't
she
willing
might
to just
be.
give them away,
That would
we
probably
still have
explain a
homes with
lot.
few precursor orbs
Or
should
maybe
do the trick.
he,
And I bet there are even more of them out in the
dropped
wilds
Jack
just
off
waiting
at,
for some brave adventurer to
like,
find.
dropped Jack
Well,
off and
we've
then
got the
went further
brave
back
adventurer at
himself.
least.
Maybe just it could be.
You two
There's
put
probably an
fire
explanation
out of the
somewhere in
village
Jack
without
4,
training.
the game that
Before
Naughty
you
Dog
do
will never make.
anything else, you better go through the warp gate and get some
Yeah.
practice on Geyser Rock.
We won't find any more of that dark gooey eco stuff, will we? Cause I'd hate to fall in again
Ugh.
and turn into you.
Get
Saw
in
his,
there before I turn you both into
Saw his mouth
worms.
clipping a bit.
Yeah. It's funny. I watched a video by some of the people who worked at Naughty Dog.
You can't
No,
go back
not
through the
Naughty
warp
Dog.
gate until you find all
Insomniac.
power cells on the
And they
side.
explain why a lot of these remasters tend to have like visual glitches like that. The first is the very obvious like code
Just a
go.
better texture.
It's usually the fact that they're just like slapping these textures on with like no oversight. There's like no time to like play the game to check to see if the textures are the right size.
Yeah. There's you want to know what the most egregious instance of something like that is?
Oh, what?
Like it was to the point where the best way to play the game was in classic mode, which had the old graphics.
Oh, is it Halo?
It was because while they slapped on models of like new trees and bushes and shit,
They kept the old
they did not
geometry.
change it. Yeah, they did not change the geometry, which meant you could not tell. Like there were so many instances where you look like you have a clear shot, but you don't, because the tree that's like 2 feet to the left isn't actually 2 feet to the left. It's right in front of you. You know. Halo's had some really bad track record with remasters.
There we go. Dear fucking god.
What?
I was fucking with the camera options. Guess why?
Oh, is the inverted of this game different from the inverted of Jak 2?
No, I probably changed the camera options earlier without even thinking about it for Jak 2.
Fair enough.
But yeah, for this one, it's like, oh dear god, dude, they're inverted, and nobody can agree on who's inverted. That's the funny part.
Yeah.
I love his little tummy thrust.
Wow! That last scout fly had a power cell.
The little dance he does.
All 7 in each area. You
Oh,
can find
come on.
even more power
Come on.
cells.
That's blue
There we
eco,
go.
which contains the energy of motion.
Eco allows you to run
Skip.
break boxes, and even activate some precursor artifacts when you get near them.
Subtitles are. This game doesn't do subtitles, I think.
Yeah. Man, I think this game would also. I think this game would be pretty dope if it got like a full-on remake.
I think that could be neat.
Yeah, give it the reignited treatment.
How each blue eco cluster you
I think part of the problem is that like Naughty Dog has changed so much that the people who would be doing it are not the people who actually really cared.
Yeah, that's because the people who would really care are stuck remastering Last of Us again. At least with Skyrim, Skyrim was, you know, fun.
Well, Skyrim's in a genre that you would enjoy, whereas like The Last of Us is a genre neither of us really care about.
Yeah, it's a movie game. You know who I'd blame? I know the blame tends to go to Uncharted, but you know who I really genuinely blame for movie games
Damn it.
and stuff?
Who?
I blame David Cage. It's the kind of shit
I
that
could just
he...
stick by the shore.
Yeah, it's the kind of shit that he constantly was trying to do. I mean, there is a bit of irony that now that the kind of games that he wanted to make are the only thing Sony gives a shit about, he is nowhere to be seen.
Well, that's because his studio is like trying to make a Star Wars game for the past 5 years and have been
Why?
Yeah, it's like Star Wars Eclipse or something. They've been making a Star Wars game for like 5 years, and apparently it's such a disaster behind the scenes that just like Disney is trying to pretend it didn't happen.
Put me in charge of Disney. I'll fix everything.
Probably not.
I mean, I'll pump out a good product.
I mean, I think the problem is more that the reason why it's not happening is because David Cage is a hack.
No, I mean just in general. Put me in charge of Disney, and I'll pump out good products.
Good work.
You know,
Honestly, the part that bugs me about like the whole like Star Wars thing is it's like Kathleen Kennedy worked on Who Framed Roger Rabbit. How? Then again, the people who wrote Who Framed Roger Rabbit made Shrek 3, so... Has anybody who worked on Who Framed Roger Rabbit gone on to make anything of value?
Bob Hoskins.
He made Mario.
Yeah.
But that's value to us who appreciate cheesy shit like that. That was a big old bomb otherwise.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the Mario movie? The good one, I mean. The Bob Hoskins one.
Yeah. I really do like it. I think it has a lot of... I think it's one that's... it's not good, but it is enjoyable. And at the end of the day, that's what matters. You can have good movies that are enjoyable. You can have bad movies that are enjoyable. You can have bad movies that are not enjoyable. And you can have technically good movies that are not enjoyable.
I think one of the things I like about that movie is just kind of like the dedication to its weirdness.
Good training, boys.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing compared
Like,
to
it
the
knows it's not accurate, and it probably wasn't accurate even then for the stuff they knew. But then they get to like the bomb, which is basically just like a mini walking toy, and it's treated with such bizarre seriousness for such an inane concept.
I mean, it was effectively a nuke.
Oh yeah, definitely. I love it for that. But I love how like everybody's like bomb, and then everybody's running and screaming, and you can see like the granny with the machine guns going absolutely ballistic to get away from it.
All of you.
Just God, and like the lady who's the fish.
Oh yeah, Big Bertha.
Yeah, just the lady who's the fish character is like.
Yeah. It's great.
And she has the sexy dance with Bob Hoskins.
Yeah, because Bob Hoskins needs to get the necklace.
Hey, baby.
Or sorry, Mario needs to get the necklace.
Rule number 1: I don't date animals.
Ah, you don't know what you're missing.
It's so funny how easily he takes to the whole "I'm an animal now" thing.
Always talked about an ancient precursor pipeline
I
hidden
mean,
deep underground.
he is
Some of
far
these
more
pipes end in vents
charismatic
from
now.
which eco flows freely.
He's
and
adorable.
some have
I
been
want, like,
capped
a
off so
plushie
that
of
the
him.
eco is sealed back.
Get one.
There must be a way to turn the capped vents on. I traced part of the pipeline back to
You
the
know what?
Forbidden
Bet
Temple.
I'll try to find
Maybe
one.
you should look there for some type of switch.
But we have Daxter right here. You know,
What's-
she was
what-
saying we need to look for a switch.
So out of curiosity, if you could like get a plushie made of like any character from fiction,
I was about to say Rousey, but I have a Rousey plush.
yeah, okay. There's probably a plush of them out there somewhere, but like a character who's like old enough that there's no plushies anymore. You know? Like there's no more Ratchet plushies in like open circulation or like
Haven't you ever seen him used
Oh, okay.
before?
Pac-Man plushies, I guess. There probably are. I just am not looking in the right places, but you get what I mean.
Yes, I know
Oh, I get
exactly
it.
what it is. I just want to make sure.
As a matter of fact, without my muse,
I just want to make sure.
can't sculpt.
I'm excited. I'm trying to guess off the top of my head.
Beauty in everything, you know?
I would want
Right now, I couldn't
a
chisel
mint
my way out of
condition
a box.
Billy Opossum.
I think she ran away to that
I
misty
have no idea who
island.
Billy Opossum is.
I just hope she's all right.
You don't know about Billy Opossum?
Parcel can
No.
bring her back to me.
Okay.
Wait a minute. We are not
Um,
going back to Misty Island.
You know President Taft, right?
Oh, this is ringing a bell, but go on.
Yeah. So,
So we're starting
William
with
Taft.
the jungle first for obvious reasons.
Well, hello there,
Yeah.
my dear boy.
Okay, so President Taft.
Caught me at a most inopportune
Yes.
moment.
President
I was
Taft.
set off on my
He
journey
was the
yesterday,
president
but I
that
seem to be a
was,
spot short from the old precursor
I think he was
war.
right after
I
Teddy
would have
Roosevelt.
pledged my word that I
Okay,
had
makes
90
sense.
of them.
I'm immediately
But I
getting where
gathered
this
that
story's
your
going.
young friend, you know, the little annoying, miserably ugly one, might have just pilfered them as a sort of
so,
spot of fun.
He
Anyway,
wanted his
would you be
own.
kind enough to loan your
Actually,
dear
let me
old
double
uncle
check.
90 precursor orbs, so he can get underway. I would offer you a power cell in return.
Yes. Teddy Roosevelt was 26th president, and Taft was. Yes. Okay. Taft saw the success of the teddy bear and, you know, Teddy Roosevelt's story, and he wanted his own. He wanted effectively to copy it.
Okay, makes
it's-
sense.
But he didn't have a bear or a fun story about a bear that made him look compassionate. But what he did have was there was an opossum living in a tree on the White House lawn. So he decided to name that Billy and make that the presidential pet. And had a
Amazing.
toy line of it. Unfortunately, it never caught on, but I would love a Billy Opossum.
Oh, that sounds exciting. Honestly, if I had to pick, I'd probably say like a Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy plushie.
Fair.
Sphinx
Yeah.
looks like he could be a plushie. I'm just saying.
Yeah, the Billy Opossum plushes are pretty cute.
Send me a photo sometime. Or right now, I'm guessing.
trying to find one that's that was contemporary and not one that's like a remake. Here's one from an antique shop that's in good condition.
Gotta milk those yak cows. Oh, it's you. Oh, just resting my tired bones. I've been trying to get those ornery yak cows back into the pen all day. Some strange creatures tried to steal them earlier. You think you could help an old man?
Is that his hair coming out of the top of his hat?
I think so.
Yeah, Billy Opossum was made by the same company that made the teddy bears.
Cute.
Hey, my yak cows are still on the loose. Could you bring them back?
I love how
to me
exaggerated their motions are. 'Cause this was before mocap.
Oh, there's one. Come on.
I think.
I mean, they were doing mocap. Even speaking of Curse Mama used mocap.
Was this one with mocap or was it?
I think what they did was they filmed themselves doing it and then they referenced themselves.
Rotoscope.
Yeah, kinda. They would have somebody doing the motion and then they would have an animator watching them. So.
Yeah, and make the appropriate
well done, my boy.
keyframes.
You actually got those flea bags back into the pen. Now I can sleep in peace. Take this power cell.
Yep, pretty much.
I love rotoscope.
Speaking of rotoscoping, apparently Ralph Bakshi is not happy with the Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah.
I think it might be a bit of an exaggeration to say he doesn't like him. He probably likes him enough. But according to like a magazine article I read recently, he did an interview where he said he didn't like it because Peter Jackson was very blatantly copying scenes from the animated movies at points.
I disagree, because I mean, I've seen the animated movie, and there are some scenes I think the animated movie does better, and some scenes I think that the Peter Jackson one does better.
I think he's referring to more to like some of the staging, where he's like, but it's like I don't know. I'm not a fly on the wall for the Peter Jackson movie or the animated one.
Maybe. I will say I do like Galadriel refusing the ring in the Ralph Bakshi movie more than I do in the
Peter Jackson one.
Yeah, because you know, in the Peter Jackson one, she gets all scared. She's like, "You will, in place of a king, you will have a queen who's as beautiful and terrible as the night," or whatever.
Yeah, and she's like generically scary.
Yeah, and then like she stops. She's like, "I passed the test. I refuse the ring," or whatever. And the Ralph Bakshi one, she's saying it like whimsically. Like, "Oh, and you freely give me the ring? And in place of a king, you would have a queen as beautiful and
terrible as the sun."
Yeah. You know, while she's like smiling and sort of dancing around, like she's actually... It makes it seem more like she's actually contemplating it, and...
I think there's something scarier of the idea that, like, you could actually fall for it, you know? Whereas, like, with the Peter Jackson one, it's like, yeah obviously she's crazy and dangerous, but then you look at, like, the Ralph Bakshi one, and you think to yourself,
oh, she's just joking.
She's just joking. Yeah. She would be beautiful. She'd be right, you know? And you almost believe.
Figured it out. I figured it out. In the Peter Jackson movie, she doesn't pass the test because she does the whole scary thing, and Frodo pulls the ring back, doesn't keep offering, like he rescinds the offer, whereas in the Ralph Bakshi one, you know, she says it like whimsically, like as a joke, and Clodois still holds the offer, but then she does, on her own accord, refuse the offer, and that's how she passes the test.
Because, yeah, in, like... I mean, both versions are fine to some degree. I think the Ralph Bakshi one is better.
Absolutely.
One thing I love about the Ralph Bakshi version is the animation, because, yeah, people joke about how they never stick to an animation style, but, like you listen to, like, any of the interviews, and he's like, yeah, it's because the animation is to fit the mood. And I'm like, you know, I get it.
Yeah, I like the way the animation goes, how whenever it's like hard action and stuff, it's not just rotoscope, it's just basically straight up recording people in costumes and turning up the contrasts. You know, it's like deep fried meme whenever there's action. And yes, it looks goofy as fuck, but also it's memorable and stuff, and I really like it.
There's definitely scenes that stick in my head more in the Ralph Bakshi version.
Like the Mines of Moria?
Oh, definitely.
Gandalf just dodging the arrows while looking through the door.
God, he just does the duck and weave. Oh.
It works.
It's also very funny.
Oh, yeah. You have not seen the trilogy all the way through, correct?
I've seen it. I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it bits and pieces over the years, so it's kind of my issue.
Yeah.
So I know what's in it. I know everything that happens. It's just like never like sat down and like, you know, watched it.
Yeah, whenever I next go to Boston, whenever that is, we're gonna watch it.
Okay.
We're gonna take an entire day, and we're going to watch all 3 movies, director's cuts. All in all, it's about 12 hours of runtime. We can get some pizza.
Okay. You know, I'd be down for that. Get a pizza, the occasional pee break for like the moments where things slow down a bit.
Yeah. God,
amazing
butt wiggle.
Of course, you had to say that after like he did the butt wiggle and like the little key jangle sound.
Also, it's amazing how different Jack is here because he hasn't gone through 2 years of torture and experience.
True.
He's a lot more smiley. He's not angry. Aww.
Dang it. Didn't complete a no-death run. Oh, well.
Didn't you already die?
No. I escaped the shark.
I will say, I like the sound of the footprints. Or the footsteps on the metal.
Oh yeah, I get that.
Were the precursor orbs important in Jack 2?
They're for buying collectibles.
Oh.
Exclusively for collectibles, yeah. Pretty much. What's another movie or game in which they in which the remaster did a scene worse?
Oh, Majora's Mask.
Fair enough.
In Majora's Mask 3, yes. The lighting is not as... The lighting doesn't look as good. And I don't know, there's just something about it that loses its what makes it.
Okay, quick question. Should I mess up and get the getting eaten by the plant game over just because it's a cool custom animation? Okay.
Yeah.
Boom. Boom. Okay. Now I can kill these things. There we go. I think that's a cool ass custom animation. That's neat. They didn't have to put in the extra effort for that.
I do love all the unique death animations, especially the ones where it's Daxter be like, "Hey Jack, wake up," you know, that kind of thing.
I like that.
Because that's like, you know, from the view of Jack.
It's a cool animation.
Said this, yeah, I said this last time we played Jack 1, but I really wish the death animation for Falling in Eco was Jack waking up as an Ottsel.
That would have been cute and funny. I'm actually very annoyed they didn't take that opportunity. Just like shoot a little Ottsel Jack out.
Yeah. It would probably look just like Daxter, but with green hair. Like, but with green and yellow instead of, like, orange and red.
Somewhere out there is a poor kid who never knew you had to stomp on this thing's head for, like, 5 more precursor orbs.
Oof. What is it, a polar bear?
That's extra lives. Alright, that's our hour, so,
Yay! Alright, well, thank you everybody for watching. This was the finale of Jack 2 and a little bit of the intro of Jack 1. Tune in next week where I believe we're going to be playing Hat in Time co-op.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah. Also on the channel, I am playing Mario Brothership, I'm also playing Minecraft, and I'm playing Sonic 06.
Thumbs up.
Yay. Let's see. Comment challenge of the day. What is a movie or game where you think where you think the remake was not nearly as good as the original?
The Planet of the Apes reboot kind of comes to mind with the damn dirty ape scene.
Oh, I didn't even. I haven't even seen any of the modern Planet of the Apes.
I was thinking about the Tim Burton remake.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking of like Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Rise of the Planet of the Apes is actually very solid. I'm actually very happy with how they do 90% of that.
Yeah. I'd say one for me. I really don't like the 3DS remake of Metroid 2.
Oh,
well, yeah, Majora's Mask, but
Metroid
also
2.
Metroid 2, because they changed. In the original, when you clear out the area of the Metroids, the ground shakes, and as you get deeper and deeper, you hear a strange noise, which in the end you learn is the cry of the Metroid Queen, and the implication is that when you kill her babies, she gets angry, causes an earthquake, and that's what causes the corrosive liquid to drain deeper into the cave, because, you know, she creates more cracks in her anger. In the 3DS remake, though, it's that the Chozo flooded the entire cave system with super acid to kill everything, and that gives a big plot hole of, if that's the case, then why are there still Metroids down there? Why are there still enemies down there? And why do you need to collect Metroid DNA to drain it? Like, it does not make sense.
It is kind of stupid when you say it like that.
And also they add an unnecessary Ridley fight at the end. Ridley attacks you when you're right about to get
Into your ship.
To your ship with the baby. And the part that pissed me off the most about that is they could have had it be, if they really wanted a Ridley fight, all they had to do was, you know, just do the credits and all that, be like 2 weeks later, if Samus gets, you know, a fucking distress signal and goes to the place where she left the baby. Have the Ridley fight from Super Metroid, from the start of Super Metroid. You could have just had that as a post-credits kind of thing.
Or kind of like what they do with Metroid Other M, where they make you do sort of a after credits thing.
Fontoon.
Yeah, where you fight Fontoon.
Yeah, to get Adam's helmet.
It's one of those.
I think it's fun too. But yeah, no, I think that if they really want a Ridley fight, the best way to incorporate it is to have it be the fight from the start of Super Metroid. Because that, you know, that's a fight we know it happens shortly after, and that would be a really great cap to the game.
Okay, so here's another remaster that kind of drops the ball. The Ratchet and Clank movie remake. Which is a remake of the first game. And, well, I enjoy it. It's a very well-made game. Insanely well-made. It does drop the ball because it's kind of sanitized. Like, the first game has a lot of rough edges, but those rough edges give it a lot of personality.
Yeah, Ratchet was an absolute asshole.
And the new one is... It's better polished, better level design.
Well, Reignited did the same thing where Spyro in the Spyro 1 remake, Spyro is significantly less of an asshole.
It's still the same dialogue, I believe, but it's a tone difference.
Yes, the delivery.
On God, what's another? I mean, I kind of get that. They take away the guy who says, you should kill that Yeti. Now it's just like, you should torch that Yeti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho, with that out of the way, there's nothing to say about. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. And I think you should kill that Yeti.